Hey there guys, today we're going to be doing another Zero to Hero, this time as the Warlock. So if you're unaware, they have changed the Warlock quite a bit recently. Basically now Torch Mastery, the basically 100% needed perk that you just took every time as a Warlock. Now you have a chance to not take this really, because it doubles Warlock spell costs when you have this perk. Which makes all of a sudden, some things such as Bolt of Darkness don't feel that usable anymore, because it's going to be taking 6 health to use this every single hit, which is just kind of really high, to be honest, for something that you generally didn't really hit. You just kind of just used it as every now and then you'll hit it, and it's just a bit of poke that sometimes you'll hit. It's not consistent, but hey. So what we're going to be taking is, we're actually going to be dropping Hellfire, and we're going to be taking Flamewalker. This means we have to drop Curse of Weakness as well. So this will mean our spells now are Bolt of Darkness, Curse of Pain, Power of Sacrifice, and Flamewalker. Our perks as well, of course, we're going to be taking Torch Mastery. I think you need this in base kit, but I think there is another build when you have a decent amount of money, which I would like to show, probably in another video. And of course, Vampirism, Curse Mastery, and Dark Reflection. And for skills, in base kit, I think Blow of Corruption is better. Phantomize is also a very strong skill, but I think in base kit, Blow of Corruption just edges out on top a little bit more. One more thing to note, guys, as well, is I'm very close to, well, I'm pretty close to 500 subscribers at this point, which I'd appreciate massively if I can hit. So if you've been watching the previous videos and you'd like to see more like this, there's plenty more coming, and also probably some build guides for Dark and Darker. But yeah, there's going to be a bit more variety. But for now, Zero to Heroes, I'm really enjoying making them. I think people are enjoying watching them, so we're going to be sticking with those for now a bit as well. Let's get into it. Alright. So in the lobby, there was one very geared-looking rogue, one reasonably geared-looking, I think it was a rogue, and then basically everyone else was in base kit, which was primarily a, I think there was like a few fighters. If I can take this guy out. Okay, I was gonna say, if I can take this guy without getting hit, that's pretty nice. Now, I do think the Torch Mastery nerf was quite bad for base kit Warlock. Once you've got your magical healing, it's still no issue. But I suppose it just nerfs the base kit Torch Mastery build, which was honestly probably too effective. Like, Warlock, I think, was one of the best base kit classes in the game. It still might be, just because it has decent melee, it can cheese mobs really effectively, it can gain health back very easily, easier than every other class except maybe... Oh, a longsword, not bad. Maybe Cleric. Especially now with the resting buffs, but, you know, I say this in almost every video, but you don't really want to be resting too much in Goblin Caves, because you lose so much tempo, for lack of a better word. It will put you behind. You'll generally, unless you already are in a very good position for the zone, you're going to have to catch up more. People are already going to be in better positions. People are going to hit the good loot spots. But since the recent change where they buffed resting spell regen significantly, it might not be that bad anymore. Because, I mean, let's be honest, resting was always most important about your actual spells as Cleric. Like, the health was just like a little added bonus. That, of course, means Clarities don't spawn, but the thing is, low-level Clarities were so underwhelming anyway. You needed so much extra... Or you needed, like, you know, at least green Clarities to actually get your spells back from them, it felt like. Like a white, it felt like it would regen... I'm not sure about Cleric, because I didn't reuse that many on Cleric, but on Wizard it would regen, like, a third of a fireball or something, which is just, like, kind of pathetic, to be honest. And I'm not sure if we're going to be going to Highroller on this one, but just because I don't actually have enough gold at the moment. We could probably earn enough gold, but then that means we'll be going in with very, very little gear. Which, it's not that bad, but I feel like you only need a little bit of gear to be quite strong in Dark and Darker and really have chances to beat out moderately geared people, which is what most people going into Highroller are. They're mostly just, you know, medium kind of gear level. But obviously, every now and then, there are the people who are super geared, full purples, few, you know, legendaries here and there. Those people, yeah, you're definitely going to struggle with unless it's a good matchup for your class. But let's see what we can get. We have a little bit of money on us already. Strength leather cap's pretty nice find. We'll leave the silver coins. Little gems and things can spawn loose on the ground here. Elite bolus thing is pretty annoying. Haven't played Warlock in a while, not used to the ranges. Nice little dodge on that. Should die from one... Oh, God, I forgot about that. Haven't played much Dark and Darker recently, took a little bit of a break. Oh, at least I can loot his bowler. Forgot about that spike trap there. Anyway, let's loot these chests. So far... I mean, these heavy leather legs are pretty good, to be honest. 30 armor, 5 health. I feel like I just heard someone walk. Well, then maybe not. Finding a spellbook would be really nice. We've got a decent melee weapon. I'm not good with a longsword. I really don't know how to parry or anything that well. So I'd probably prefer something a bit easier to use. Longsword's a very good option. It's just... yeah, it's probably one of the highest skill weapons in the game, if not straight up just the highest. Very high outplay potential, which is really fun, but as I say, you definitely need practice on this. Because if you're anything like me, I didn't even know how you actually parried with the longsword. I figured you just left click while holding block after actually parrying something, but no, that is not how it works. You have to parry something, and then you stop holding right click and just tap right click, which is not what I would have expected at all. Pretty relaxed run, to be honest, at the moment. 4 people have already died, 2 to PvE, 1 to a Warlock. Maybe it was a geared Warlock I saw, actually, instead of a Rogue. The fact that he's killed 2 people with Blow of Corruption makes me think he's probably, like, you know, basically one-shotting people with 1 melee. Which makes me think he's very geared. Obviously, Rogue and Warlock share a lot of gear that they can equip, so it definitely could have been a Warlock, which it probably was, to be honest. Has some spells, get some more health back. I guess you definitely have to be a lot more careful with your spell usage now. Ooh, wow, that went through me. Which is probably for the best, to be honest. Just make sure this guy doesn't hit us. Yeah, of course, unless we can, like, third-party the Warlock or something, we're gonna have to catch him off guard to have a chance against him, really. Oh, I forgot there was another one in here. It's very difficult to, beat people of the same class that outgear you. You really have to outplay them, like, quite a lot. Because this guy here was like full gear, full cape and everything. I didn't actually get to inspect him, so I don't know about jewelry or anything, but I'm assuming he's using jewelry with what he had on him. Yeah, you know what? It slows us down quite a bit, but... which might make it so it's actually probably worse to take that, but... the main thing we want to do is probably just get 1 extraction in, and then we can go and buy a spellbook, and that will make us so much stronger against melee classes. I'm hearing someone to the... maybe through that door. It's a cleric. Interesting. Nice. Managed to get the parry on him there. Perfect. This gives us a spellbook. It's only a base spellbook, but either way. I actually hear... I heard another player. Which I'm going to assume is the geared Warlock, so we're going to use the surgical kit. This might be a bad idea, but... This might be a bit of a waste, but let's... I want to loot whatever this guy's got on him. Yeah, this guy has very good money on him. Okay, we're missing a little bit, but that's fine. We've got most of it. Let's pop one more healing potion. He also had another potion, which I could have grabbed, but hey. What's kind of annoying is I'm noticing the longsword actually makes a noise that sounds like plate when you, like, ready it. We need to find a portal, like, now. Okay, we got one. Good. I did hear the other person left, so it's just us in the raid right now. Alright, let's get out of here. So that's 153 gold from the trinkets we got. We also had a 12 gold raw. That's 165 gold. Pretty solid first run. Oh, we actually had that as well. Extra 2. We got a campfire. We got a spellbook. Granted, this spellbook is really terrible. It's the one that Cleric now starts with, which is only 1 magical damage. So we probably will actually just buy one that's... Maybe we'll just buy a 3 damage one from this, from the Alchemist for 25 gold. There is actually this halberd for sale in the weaponsmith, which is kind of crazy, so I think I'm actually going to buy that, which is not normally what I do as Warlock. But I wanted to try this since they buffed it, so I guess we will try it. Do something a little bit different. And we have a few potions, so we're going to buy a white spellbook for just for 25 gold from the Alchemist. That leaves us with 6 gold and 2 candy corn. We're just going to stash that for now. And we will also equip Curse of Weakness. Just because there was 1 extra knowledge on our boots, so we might as well. Alright, so we spawned in this room. A bit annoying, this room. Takes a little while to clear sometimes. But we'll just chill. Oh, wow, what the... That homed more than I haven't felt something home that much in a while. Now, you can't... The reason why I'm just chilling there is you can't heal when you get hit by that thing for a while, so I didn't want to waste health casting when we wouldn't... Oh my god, I thought he hit us again. Crazy. Alright, good. Now, let's curse up this guy as well. We want to be healing as much back as we can, really. So, I'm not going to hit this guy with a halberd yet. We're just going to let our health tick up slowly, slowly. Now, getting some magical healing would have been really nice. Now, the only thing is now is, with our current loadout, we're a bit weird, right? Like, our spellbook is only white, so we're not going to be the strongest caster. So, things that have range... We're not really wanting to just stand there and try and trade ranged things with them, because we're just not really going to do that much damage, especially with the nerfed, let's have a look at those. Not too bad. Especially with the nerfed, healing. So that was a little while ago, and then obviously the double spellcasts, very recent. That is really going to suck if... We can't really just stand toe-to-toe with, like, a ranger. A ranger will just poke us down too much, right? Same with a wizard. So we're primarily mainly going to be using our spellcasts just to kite out melee classes. Fighters, clerics. Barbarians are harder to kite, so with a barbarian we might unfortunately have to try and stand toe-to-toe with him, which is probably not going to end well for us, but this blue halberd is... a big damage dealer now. Like, it's 55 damage, 5 physical power, a little bit of armor penetration. This thing really goes crazy. But with the barbarian's huge health pool, it still might be a... Oh, wow, this lag is rough there. I did have a question as well for you guys. What is your favorite class in Dark and Darker, or what is the one you play the most? Because I know people don't necessarily play their favorite class the most. Now on this channel, of course, I've played quite a selection of different classes. I've played Warlock, I've played Wizard, I've played Barbarian, I've played Fighter, I've played Cleric. I haven't played Rogue, haven't played Bard, haven't played Ranger. Rogue doesn't particularly interest me, neither does Bard, which is why I haven't played them. But I do actually quite enjoy Ranger, and that was a bad hit. This guy should be dead soon. Just gotta avoid the poison mainly. God, can you stop spamming poison? Alright, there we go. Ooh, pretty nice neck there. 1 strength, 3 magical power, not bad. So I did hear a hellfire going through the wall somewhere, so there's definitely... I did see quite a few warlocks. Battle axe user, so either a fighter or a barbarian somewhere. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. That lockpick, we could actually use that on the... Let's actually pop a healing potion right here. Let's use the lowest tier one, seeing as we're not currently in danger. We could use this lockpick on this golden chest here. I think we'll try. Odds are... Okay, I thought I heard someone moving through there. Odds are I'm probably going to miss a skill check, but let's see. Yeah, wasn't ready. It was too... oh well. Unfortunate. The golden chests usually have pretty good money in them. I don't tend to find very good items. Like, I don't really tend to find many blues or purples in them. It's mainly just gold items to sell. I don't like being this low on health, so we're gonna do a little bit of resting until we're probably just all the way to full. My least favorite classes to fight as the rogue is... It's probably number one... sorry, as the warlock. It's probably number one rogue. If they're geared and they get the jump on you, like... A lot of the time, you probably just die. That's where Phantomize can help you quite a lot. Phantomize is a very good skill. I really like Phantomize. Honestly, now that we're using... what's it called? Firewalker or whatever? I actually hear someone over to the north. I need to clear this out, though, before we can head over. Unless I just go through the other way. It could actually be below as well. This room's a bit annoying to clear. But at least we have a halberd, so we should be okay. I can't believe I didn't one-shot. They, didn't one-shot 2 spiders with that. We would like that one hit, I mean. Yeah, so we're 3-shotting the zombies. That is, like, it's really big damage. Again, the only problem with the halberd is in Goblin Caves, it's like the Zweihander and things, it's very easy to catch it on the, sides. Especially when you're fighting in close-ranged areas. Which, you know, Goblin Caves is mostly close-range areas. Got quite a few healing potions. We're actually at 4. I've even used one this raid. Yeah, 2-shotting Skeleton Footman. Really nice. This is a very quiet raid, though, at the moment. Take some throwables. Can never go wrong, really, with extra throwables. Okay, so there's a portal down here, and a portal up here as well. So we actually could camp both of these. But that does sound kind of boring. I'm not hearing the other guy that I was hearing to the west or northwest. It kind of sounded like they were a cleric. Yeah, actually, I am hearing them. Sounds like they're buffing up. Oh, people are actually fighting. Okay. Well, that went about as I would expect it to. This guy showed no respect, and yeah, he just instantly died for that. Doesn't really have much money on him either. Lanterns are pretty good, we'll take all of those. Check the spellbook, garbage. Like, okay, he's casting a Hellfire, but I'm just gonna walk to the side. He actually just died to the Curse of Pain because he's using so much health on Hellfire. Poor guy. This guy must have been pretty new. We'll take that because of the magical healing. I do hear another guy walking behind. I'm not sure if he's over there or up above. That's 5 people dead, so 7 total, so there's only one other guy in this raid. I guess we'll quickly check this portal up above. Destroying pots. So he could be either, really. I can't really tell from the audio. Okay. I guess we'll open this portal. Oh, yeah, I just heard the stationary exit, so he just took that. So we're now alone in this raid, so let's make sure we've looted these guys properly. This poor guy probably didn't really know what he was doing. I don't think he's played much Warlock, I guess. He looked like he was kind of panic casting, and yeah. You can't really panic cast on Warlock. You will just use too much of your own health and die. Let's smash a few pots, make sure we fill up our inventory, and then just leave. Gem ring, not bad. Again, we have pretty good money on this. These lanterns do actually sell for pretty good money as well, so they're not bad to take. We'll quickly double check this cleric, and then we'll head out of the portal we've got open. You know what? Let's actually take that Oracle Robe. That's not too bad. Doesn't slow us down as much as the other thing either, and it makes our spellcasting a bit more effective, which I'm down for. Also, we're using the magical healing instead of the strength leather cap anymore. Occultist Hood, if you're unaware, now comes with magic healing as a base stat on it, which is really nice. Okay. From the lanterns, we got 65 gold. From all the little trinkets, we got an extra 89 gold. This means we have 167 gold in our inventory to spend. Now, I think, unfortunately, there's not gonna... Ooh. Now, the thing is, 3 magical healing is really nice, but a crystal sword is the worst casting thing, as it gives no additional magical damage to your spells. The magic weapon damage only applies when you actually hit with the crystal sword. So this is the lowest damage. It has a horrible casting animation. So, while the magical healing is nice... Unless we're meleeing this with this, which we won't want to because we've got a really big damage halberd, it's just not going to be worth it for us. So I'm going to save this leather cap. We're just going to keep that for another time. Knowledge of Peace also we're just going to keep for another run. What we're going to do is, because we're going to be trading from players, we're actually going to take a small amount of gold loss and buy some coin purses so we can actually fill them. Easy way to fill your coin purses, put your coin purses in your stash, which is shift right click and then just shift right click all the gold into them. So we don't quite have enough gold to fill the 3 things, so we're actually just going to sell this Potion of Invis as well, and there we go. So we're going to be buying this Occultist Hood for 100 gold. A little bit better than ours, gives us 1 extra magical healing, plus 1 extra agility, and also plus 2 additional magical damage. Pretty good find. Now with the fee, we only have 35 gold left, so I don't think we're actually going to be able to afford anything else, so I think what we're going to do is just save it. So I wasn't actually planning to go into Highroller in this run, but actually we will. We've got just enough gold to go in, so we're going to do one last Highroller. Now, normally, I don't think going into Highroller here is the right decision, because generally you want to go into Highroller with better gear than this. Now, this gear is not too bad, but we're missing 2 rings, we have only greens, we have a white spellbook. So, this isn't ideal, and if you are trying to do 0 to heroes, don't go into Highroller with gear like this, I don't think. I think you should farm a few more low rollers, get yourself, you know, nearly a full kit, get yourself a few nice upgrades, and then you can go into Highroller after that if you want to. Alright, well this would be an interesting one. There's only 3 of us in this Highroller run. A Barbarian, a Fighter, and me, of course, Warlock. Okay, so unfortunately, I guess I'm playing at a bad time of day, and with the current player base at the moment, there's just not enough people to fill a Goblin Caves lobby. Highroller, that is. So, this is not going to be a standard Highroller experience. There were also teabagging, you know, spam crouching in the lobby, so I feel like they don't want to fight, but I'm not going to do that. If they want to team, they can try and team, but I'm going to fight. I'm gonna waste some health Bolt of Darknessing this guy. I just don't want to run the risk of taking unnecessary damage. God, Bolt of Darkness just does no damage. Really crazy that I have to cast this many. Right. So Bolt of Darkness really does not seem worth it anymore. Maybe it's worth using against players, but against mobs, it just doesn't really do enough damage anymore to warrant taking 6 damage. Like, even with extra magical healing on our gear at this point, not much, granted. I think we're only at 2 from this hood. It still just feels like we're taking too much damage. Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't one-shot that guy there with that headshot. I think that was even a Blow of Corruption headshot, and still he lived. I wish I took Phantomize. Against Phantomize, I would really like our odds against the other 2 players in this run. Mainly Barbarian is the one that I'm a little bit worried about. Let's have a look. Nah, that's pretty terrible, to be honest. So, right now, trade is in a very weird spot. There's just not too many people buying things, it feels like. Same with this, doesn't feel like there's too many people selling things either, I guess. But yeah, it's just not a very enjoyable experience trading right now. I mean, to be honest, I don't really like how the trade system works anyway at the moment in Dark and Darker, but with so few people selling, it feels like it's just in such an unusual state. I assume it's also because of the dwindling player base. I'm really hoping that the new patch... I'm hoping for multiple things. I really hope that the auction house system is in the next patch, but I doubt it. But I feel like that will be a really nice addition to the game. It will make trading a lot more fun. And I am also hoping for the player base to spike back up, which I'm pretty sure it will. If you play any seasonal, you know, seasonal games like Path of Exile, like Tarkov, like anything like this, you're probably aware at how much the player base falls off towards the end of these wipes. And how hard it spikes at the beginning. It's just hoping that Dark and Darker can retain that big spike of players that I'm pretty sure it's going to get. But honestly, the player base for this game is not too bad for... When you consider it's not on Steam, it's not even on Epic or anything, you know? It's on their own client or some, like, Korean games one that no one's ever heard of. Until Dark and Darker. Wow, I say no one has ever heard of. I'd never heard of it. I can't speak for everyone, of course, but... The only problem with... One of the problems with Highroller as well is it takes so long to clear out the mobs. Like, I guess I could be more efficient here, especially if I had Phantomize with, Flamewalker. So, I guess that's on me, but... Blow of Corruption's pretty nice against Fighter as well, for their, Second Wind. So if you're unaware, Blow of Corruption actually reduces their healing rate by 70% if you hit them with Blow of Corruption, which makes Fighter Second Wind do very, very little. Especially now as it recently got reduced down to only 40% of their maximum health instead of 50%. That's another question as well for you guys. This run is going to be a pretty uneventful run, probably. It's probably going to be pretty chill, and honestly, it's a very good chance we have no PvP in this run at all. Do you guys enjoy seeing these low intensity runs where it's mainly just looting and PvEing? Or do you guys... I'm assuming most of you prefer a mix, of course, of PvP and PvE, which is generally what I try to do. I try and force a bit of PvP when I can. Oh, the fighter's in here somewhere. I can hear him. I think he might be below. Yeah, he's below. He's got a crossbow. Really? Oh, come on, man. What is this music? That sucks. I'm really frustrated at that death. I played that terribly. I should have just played to fight the caster. Sorry, the caster? The mob. I should have just casted on the mob. That was really poor playing. That's a shame. That's a real big shame. But, you know, you learn. Now I learned that I'm never going to go into melee with those guys when I'm, you know, being a bit disrespectful to it. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to be cautious of the player as well, so he couldn't get an angle with his crossbow, but he couldn't have got an angle with a crossbow. I was in the better spot there. I just played that pretty terribly, to be honest. Definitely, if I just... This is a really good matchup, because this crossbow, I can spam Curse of Pain so much stronger. And let's have a look at his magic resistance. He has 4% magic resistance. I don't want to go into melee with him, as he has 51% physical damage reduction. But as long as I just chill and Curse of Pain him over and over, he can't fight me like that. But this is a learning lesson. This is a display on what not to do. Don't disrespect those elite archer goblins in the caves, because those things hurt, and they tank more than you think they will. I thought that was a blow of corruption headshot with a halberd. I thought 2 headshots with that halberd, plus the blow of corruption damage, would easily kill it. Easily. No, it lived, and we took 2 extra hits, and not having any bandages, if I had bought bandages as well, we could have also, again, been doing very well there. But, yeah. Good display on what not to do. I hope you guys have better runs than I did. These weren't bad runs at all. This run would have been really great if we just didn't disrespect that mob there at the end. But anyway, if you got this far, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more like this, please subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. If you disliked it, I'd love to know why in the comments. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.